then you must come back to the car.
So they fully make you now. You carry now so you can go convince your friend now.
Yeah. When I give it to the man, the man say thank you. I say okay. The man say, oh, where you going now? I say, oh, I'm going right car. So one of my friends called me.
Yeah, the same man you going to now.
Yeah, the same man.
The man tell you say want for you to go steal.
No, yeah. So when I go to the man, he say clean the car. Then they are two now.
In a jeep.
In a jeep. Then they are two.
A big jeep.
Yeah. Black BG, photo G. Yeah. So when I clean the car now,
air condition all inside.
No, Papa, you can't wait for me to spin now. I'll leave the whole town now. You can judge people.
I just asking you a question, sorry.
You can judge people like you can here.
No, I'm a journalist. I beg you, sorry.
The way you talk in the question, you say when I move from here, I'll free. You say when I move from here, I'll free. You said one talk again. I wanted to make a whole talk clear to you, but you talk in the question. Hi, looking. Then you want force and no more word there again. Why not be looking to the top? I'm not going to again. And said they call me to the office. I go explain.
I think you explain to me that you come to get fair. You say you carry the tea to the man. After you carry the tea to the man, and you come now. So what next now?
For me, I'll not fair.
Nobody, you getting very. You say asking you too much question. Hey, there's me things. Say make your egg and bread. You bring it. Okay, sorry. Now I say sorry now. Okay, sorry.
If you
I will not ask you the question again. Okay, sorry.
When I give you answer now, then you.
Okay. Explain again. I'm not asking you no more question again. Okay, let's go now.
Go to school. The English say I need the English.
Okay, sorry. I say sorry now. Sorry.
Say Adi, you take time. You take time.
I'm taking time. Okay, sorry. Okay.
Say I can take time to
explain.
For the next 13 days, I will keep you crying. And you're crying all over the place. What I will continue to do, I've already succeeded in completely demoralizing your base. You're just crying all over the place. I haven't even started. I'm just warming up. How dare you, foolish, desperate people, talk about rescue country. Joseph Boga couldn't even rescue himself. Some of you passing around, oh, cause that this, cause that. Where were you when I raised him money left and right to feed him and fly him from hospital to hospital? Where were you all sitting there talking nonsense? Talking about cause I ain't got no integrity. I didn't have integrity when I was feeding Joseph Boakai, your God. Bunch of ungrateful people. Have you heard Joseph Boakai deny that I was raising money left and right to feed him? Have you heard him deny it? He will never deny it because he knows this to be true.
Some of you thought I was never going to raise families of Boakai. Yeah. Because I went to counties. I'm not criticizing because I want to criticize. I'm criticizing because we said yesterday, former President, we have a right private jet. But the Joseph Boakai applaud the power is riding private jet from here to go to the country. Yeah. But I will speak because people in certain years saw me when I was passing to go with my comfort. Spend my own money to bring him to power because we thought the wrong yesterday was going to be right today. Yeah. I had no regret to vote against former President. But the people that are brought to power will regret why I have to vote for them. They can be this country is a better place and will be a better place. Yes, sir. Because there's money in the country that we can live for. We don't need money from outside. So, but we don't want to empower people here. We say that our lawmakers. We have become lawbreakers. We have become criminals. We put all the money in the budget for ourselves and leave them out. I want to challenge some of your lawmakers. Some people say they want this senator. They're breaking all the law. The law is really breaking the law, but you want to go up. We know it. You know why people want to go out? Because they want to increase the time. They say they're too short. You cannot be a cancer, then you want to run through. You cannot be a lawmaker that disrespecting the law that we made ourselves. Then you say you want to say that, then you waste your time. Nobody here can be for the government economy. But when we can be for is not happening, it will never happen. The only thing they are there for, when last people on their government came and said, "Sacrifice people, don't know I'm going to give 1% and 1 vote in law." But they sit down over there in what their family post because they need work. They are the person that need work and the person sacrifice post in the water. We implore our family because some people are happy. Because it is a time to be happy. It is nobody time when the country is not better. It is everybody time when the country is better. And we give this as a challenge to all of you people. 2029, we may be only violent for the presidency. Where we will come here and say, Brother Sacraments, you people will have to appoint a commissioner for sacrifice. Brother Sacraments, they are educated people. It's not about education. It's about how well you govern your people. They are people that got degrees, they know nothing. The only person wrong with every people that they can't achieve nothing from. Our marketeers will come to power. In every country, at least 2 million and bring our marketeers,
and it's so huge. Hurry, hurry, for it's only one day, and it's on Saturday, September 13th, 2025. Shirley's Secret Body Works on Michael Francis Road or Chucky Taylor Road behind Golden Key Casino in Nangmitstown gives away the entire store for buy one, get one, 75% off, equal or lesser value as we make room for our new shipments. All women's shoes, buy one, get one free. Colognes and perfumes, buy one, get one 50% off. Spend $100 and get $15 off. Michael Kors handbags and shoes. Buy one, get one, 75% off. Men's polos and dress shirts. Buy one, get one, 75% off. Joe's A Banks and Men's Warehouse. Liquor and wine. Buy one, get one, 50% off. Snacks. Buy one, get one free. Lint rollers. Buy two, get one free. See, I want some company. Rush while supplies last. Highest price rules for all discounts. Come to Shirley's Secret Body Works on Saturday, September 13th, and our doors are open from 10 o'clock a.m. Don't forget, on Monday, September 15th, all our prices will return to normal, and we will be restocked with new products. For more information, call cell number 0880-328-462 or 0887-328-467. Remember,
when they were coming, they said they were freedom fighters. When they were coming, they said they were liberators. But when they came their time, they changed their mind. When they came their time, they changed their mind. What kind of people they so?
They are freedom fighters.
What kind of people they so?
They are freedom fighters.
You freedom fighter, you raping our women.
They are freedom fighters.
Freedom fighter, you killing our children.
They are freedom fighters.
Freedom fighter, you destroying our country.
They are freedom fighters.
Ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, yo, ayo, 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 ayo. When they were coming, they said they were liberators. When they they were coming, they said they were liberators. But when they kill their ground, they change their mind. When they kill their ground, they change their mind. What kind of people they so?
They are freedom fighters.
What kind of people they so?
They are freedom fighters.
You freedom fighter, you raping our women.
They are freedom fighters.
You freedom fighter, you killing our children.
They are freedom fighters.
Freedom fighter, you destroying our country.
They are freedom fighters.
Ayo, 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 ayo. Oh, ayo, yo, ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, 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 ayo. Oh, ayo, yo, ayo, 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 ayo. Music. Aha. Freedom fighter, they just said.
Oh, yes, indeed. What a great day. And of course, a perfect opportunity. It feels to be back behind these microphones. To engage on the issues that matter to Liberia's growth and development. Today is Wednesday. It's midweek in Monrovia.
They are freedom fighters.
What kind of people they so?
They are freedom fighters.
And the weather looks so very cloudy.
They are freedom fighters.
Freedom fighter.
Thinking if it is not going to be like Monday.
Freedom fighters.
Freedom fighter, you destroying our country.
They are freedom.
But any which way, good morning. Good morning to our students. The few of you that are out there. These are tough times. Unlike in time past, on the first day or the first week of school reopening, that excitement is all there on the campus. And of course, in the classrooms, reconnecting with classmates and friends. And, showing off your new shoes, your sparkling uniforms, and all that. Where you're watching for a recess period, to step out there with a brand new Macalor. All those good old days.
They are freedom fighters.
I mean, the first week, man.
They are freedom fighters.
But today,
They are
our kids are denied those kinds of memories when their campus mimic ghost camps, virtually empty, and they are almost talking to themselves. When the classrooms, some of the classrooms are accounting for only one student. What else do you need to demonstrate to you that Liberia is kind of different, hard, difficult? And some schools are even postponing the opening day. Because, mind you, if you have 15 students in the entire school, 2 persons in a class, Baka needs to wake up. Baka needs to shake up. This is not the Liberia he promised. And Liberians are suffering. One thing we will not do is to close our mouth on the suffering of the people to either be accepted by a certain group of people. No, absolutely, we will not do that. Because look, you know what? If it was for the money, probably would not be where we are. It's about the conviction
Yanye warawa monyonju kwe.
and the desire to serve humanity.
Imagine warawa monyonju.
Imagine being
Wana
bribed
yeah.
and to close your mouth.
Wana wakuna konwe.
As even you can sing praises to the old man, but God forbid.
Freedom fighter.
At least just stop writing and stop talking.
For freedom.
But this is our job. This is what we know how to do. This is what we've accepted to do.
For freedom fighter.
Be the sacrificial lamb
Freedom.
right there on behalf of the voiceless.
Ayo.
Pleasant good morning, Liberia. Good morning, Monrovia. Good morning to our friends in the diaspora. Those of you joining us this morning for yet another sumptuous breakfast on the nation's premier breakfast program, the Freedom Morning Rise on Freedom 87.9. Good morning. And of course, as always, there are too many things to talk about. Lots of things happening in Liberia. And indeed,
Music.
good morning to Mr. President Joseph Newman Boakai. I'm told he's expected to fly into Royal Island today or tomorrow. And will be checking in with the hospital as well. As soon as he jets in or he flies in, the old man is going to be doing that. Among you, the United Nations General Assembly is expected around the 23rd or thereabout. But the president left the country on the 8th, right? Was it the 8th or the 7th? You can imagine why the escort stayed. And why is the president even going to Ross Island? So the president is not well. The president is seeking medical. And let me tell you also, the protocol team of the president is seeking to request for the president to address the UN people as early so that anywhere the president go, me I can follow me. So this is what they want to do, okay, so that the president will speak earlier. And then you have time to go and rest.
Coming, they say they were freedom fighters. When they were coming, they say they were labor.
So old man Katumu Baka left yesterday, and I saw when we talked about it, I saw Executive Mansion, Executive Mansion or some other group.
What kind of people
wrote that she's going for medical engagement or what to go bring working.
to freedom? They are freedom fighters. Freedom fighter, you.
The thing about the folks in power now, they're not afraid to lie to the people. They are not afraid at all. Absolutely not. They just say the things and they don't care. But she's actually going to be there because some procedure that's being that should be for certain procedure to be done on your spouse or your husband or your wife. You have to sign some form. So yeah, old man Katumu will be there. They will not tell you this, but I will tell you everything. But we wish the president well. And these things are long overdue. But it's good now that he has picked in chance to go and meet the very same doctor. I think the doctor is from Lofa. It's a Lofa kind of man, Yes, it's a good thing. Because the president said he does not trust the white people.
Freedom fighter, you killing our children.
And besides, he has even asked that the entity or the Liberian that working in that facility should be put on leave when he comes. The man very even for picture to leak. Will still get a picture. Me. But look, on a serious note, this morning we will look at a few things. Too many people have been reaching out that look, Abu, you people have to consider this whole awesome investigation process that's going on. And the way we like to start it this morning is to picking back on The report from the experts that came, the fire service experts, and asked a major question to prosecution. Why have they not considered the experts' view, the experts' report in their evidence? Why? I mean, the experts came and did their investigation, but the government say they're not using the experts. So why did you bring the experts?
A freedom fighter. I'm a freedom fighter.
Councillor Gonglo, two lawyers spoke tough on yesterday. One man directed his conversation to the Liberian media, and the other man spoke to the government, the hardship and the suffering of the Liberian people. Simon Sereno Sifa and Gonglo. I will take time to look at the both readings and make sense of them on the big stage, Freedom 87.9. My name is Abu Sharif, and of course, as always, I'm here with Hagar Gonda, and together we drive you home. The rate, the exchange rate, the fluctuation continues. And yesterday, when we held the conversation, in no time, the Central Bank of Liberia issued an adjustment, but yet still practically and out there, the adjustments or whatever is not being respected, and people are just passing around and doing all sort of things their own way. The state of anarchy. Do we still have a leader? Do we still have a leadership in Liberia? As the layman is being exploited, exploitation has become the order of the day. Today is Wednesday. It's *255 *1#. All of you, whether you're using smartphone or just whatever you're using, grab your phone. Make sure you dial *255 *1#. Right? Play with only 100 LD or 50 cents USD and stand a chance to win from 5,000 Liberian dollars upward to 25,000 this morning. And the more you play, the better your chances are to win. So grab your phone and dial *255 *1# to play the cash giveaway this morning. You don't have to bother about doubling the hash if you're using a smartphone. We've settled the prompt issue already. So once you're out there and you want to be a part of the winners today, we have up to $25,000 for just 100 LD. Play 100 LD this morning. You win 25,000, 10,000, 5,000, and depending on the threshold and of course the number of plays. The Win Liberia Back to School Bonanza is also here for each of us that are catching difficulties in raising the requisite money to ensure that our kids are in school for this semester in the face of daunting economic quagmire and difficulties. Grand prize for the back to school is 100,000 Liberian dollars scholarship fund that will be available to whoever wins it at the end of September, right? And the silver prize is also in the tune of 25,000 Liberian dollars. That's the semi-semester fund. And you have 5 other people that will be winning 10,000 cash prizes for transportation fund. But you could use that for paying tuitions as well. But it's just being considered that way. So the code remains just the same: *255 *1#, *255 *1#, and then you're good to go. So you qualify both for the back to school bonanza and as well as the active play and the active win that's on this morning, where you have the chance to win between $5,000 to $25,000. The Nigerian man will say. Hagar, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, Abu. Good morning to you, and of course, others following us. It's good to be back here on this radio to continue just from where we stopped, but this time with more latest and, of course, breaking, or some would say developing news. So we are here to continue, and of course, all you have to do is to increase the volume of your monitor. If you are following via the Facebook, just continue to share the live, invite others, so they too can form a part of the conversation here. If you are in your keke or maybe on the taxi, ask a driver, or if you are the driver, please increase the volume of that monitor so others on the vehicle can be able to have a clear understanding of what we're going to be seeing here this morning. And if your ministry or agency is a part of our conversation, all you have to do, invite your boss to listen, invite those relevant authorities to listen. And I believe there is this developing news from the National Benefit and Trust, I think Benefit Sharing Board, something like that. There is this developing news coming from there. The board chair has been accused of trying to get somebody off because of his personal interest and all of that. So all of the documents, the conversation, WhatsApp messages, and have surfaced, and we got them under our control. We will be speaking about them in due time. So we're doing more investigation between now to Friday. Just us will go towards the National Benefit Sharing Board where other things are happening. So yes, too many things we'll talk about here this morning. It's good.
Most definitely. So continue to play the cash giveaway on *255*1#. Yeah, today's Monday. Did I say Monday? Today's Wednesday. And of course, you can win up to $25,000 this morning. *255*1# for just $100 Liberian. So the more you play, the better your chances are to win. And okay, so the rate issue. Yesterday we talked about it briefly. And of course, subsequently, the Central Bank of Liberia, you see, some of you will be out there thinking that, we're just talking. We're talking to save you. We're not just talking, we're talking to save you, the Liberian people. Because when you have a government in place that's basically insensitive, and basically feels like they're right in whatever they do and however way they do it. So they let the system loose. So if you do not have critical people there to erect the necessary checkpoint and corrections, most of the time it is you, the ordinary people, that will feel the pinch. And all of us gonna feel the pinch. But one way or the other, somebody will be much more in a better position than some other people. So in order to ensure that there is equity and of course there is kind of balance in how things are in the country, that's where you have the critical media. And often at time, most of you confuse critical stance to mean partisanship, or if you may compromise, or just whatever, based on probably people's own personal limitation or their corruption by whatever sentiment they hold. And if you are in that seat as a critical opinion leader, or one who shifts opinions, and then you are very critical about the work you do, and you're faced with all of these, wanton comments that seems to have no basis, but only designed primarily to get you off track. You have to be strong. You have to. Sometimes people who are even consider moral voices will speak out, and they'll voice opinions, and these opinions will seem popular, but mind you, not everything that's popular is rational. So this other one is just coming. It says serious hunger. Liberia ranks second hungriest in West Africa. Liberia ranks second hungriest in West Africa
amongst 16 countries.
This is a report that's just coming, and this is for those of you who still argue.
It is in West Africa, right?
Yeah.
So 16.
That still argue that the old man is doing well, the old man is doing better, And of course, you feel our criticism, right, are born out of something that's probably not rationally done, or it's not informed by the facts and the condition of the Liberian people, right? Recently, there was the African Development Bank report that came, damning reports on the life, the economic condition of the people, the rule of law, and everything that accounts for a viable democracy. The independent reports we've read here, times without number, but you're still in your state of dormancy. You're still putting up flimsy defense for the regime. And then you're shifting the goalpost to make it seem as though we who have chosen or decided to remain critical and stand on the side of the Liberian people are doing the wrong thing. But yet still, since we have been in this job, not a person has ever laid a claim that has been established that we told a lie on them. So you see, so when people pass around because they hate Abu, and, or they hate the work we do here, they pass around, they say, oh, these people are this, they are that. No, they're trying to deceive you, right? Challenge them. All the informations and discussions we've held here, whether it's about individual or institutions or organizations or about reports, where is that report or conversation that we had? You say, oh, yeah, this man deliberately, willfully lie on this person, and it got proven that this man or these people, and that's what we are here, because people do not have any legal basis. But no, because their mind, their power born to be bootlickers, and we have refused that we will not be bootlickers. So they think we're doing the wrong thing. And everybody will not be on principle like you. Everybody will not be like that. We have said, look, you know how many friends? Just yesterday, I was engaged. Somebody said, "Mama, you don't get friend in the government. You don't get friend working in the government." And I always laugh at this thing. I got friends, I got relatives, I got family in the government. In fact, but how do I care about that? My friend, my family, you took an oath to serve with diligence and integrity. So how is it if your government, the government you're serving, is not living up to its promises and, of course, a manifesto? How? Because you are my friend, you're in the government, and I'm supposed to. And yesterday, when we're reading about that lady suspension, the fellow who was promoted to the position, I said it right on the radio. I said, I'm a friend. And everybody in the country, particularly at our professional and educational level, everybody know Daniel is my friend. He does not interfere with my work. I do not interfere with his work. I sit down here and criticize a boss lady every day, and he has the freedom to say, "Oh, I don't want to be your friend again." And it doesn't bother me, right? You're my relative. You sit down somewhere, you're working. Your boss or who, even you yourself, you must be a deal with you. You have the freedom to say, "Oh, I don't want to talk to Abu again at your business." You will get tired one day. Friendship. Yeah, you get tired one day. That's my philosophy. As much as my conversation is not personal, it's about the job you do, right? And it's about what is happening to the Liberian people. Look, you can tie your face whole day. It's up to you. I do not care. Just don't care. Your opinion has zero bearing. In fact, do you even think about them? Absolutely not. So this is going to take us to Gonglo's critique, right? It's important. And I won't say Gonglo. So somebody he's my old man. And he's one person that I've expressed to people that, he appreciates the work we do here. So some of you that are passing around, and I see Unity Party, surrogates, Chalantan, multi-bands. How you got it? I'm sure my man Avin will come here tomorrow, but let me see. Today is not, because he was just on the radio yesterday. So let's give him a chance to exhaust that. And so the multi-bands and charlatans who think they can intimidate people like us, you're missing the mark, right? But these are exciting conversations, and we need to have these pointed conversations about every sector, not only the media, right? I'm trying to get on a page. I'm not. Is this? I'm trying to get it.
Like Waka and the 40 thieves looking for Japan will be retired. Like Mahama in Ghana just keep back to power. Dramani, you are coming back to power because it is clear that the United Party have lost the war on the fight of drugs, the economy, education, agriculture, and everything. You go after people who have a civil servant job, having tried to dismiss them, when after people who have tenure job, beat them, go after people at the Ministry of Transport, beat them, go to get man, kill people, go at war, foreigners with jobs, while masses of the people, even the rescue, the small rescue puppets, these apologists, those rescue surrogates, those miscreants, those rescue multi-banks and charlatans who were insulting people. Oh, yes.
Okay, so let's listen to Councillor Tiawon say Gonglo in a very punchy.
If there's any lawyer in Liberia who should speak for and against journalists, it should be me. Why I say so? I have the credibility to do so. I have been a defender of the press and the actors in the press, journalists, from the 1990s up to now. One of the reasons I went to jail in 2002 was my effort in releasing journalists from jail all of the time and speaking for them whenever they were in trouble. Getting them out of police cell, going to the magistrate courts, everywhere. I even drafted the law that is called the Kamara law today. But we fought for press freedom so that the press can be used to inform, educate, and entertain the Liberian people and residents here. Sadly, today, some journalists have decided to use the profession for money making. Money making is not bad, but when you make money to undermine the development of Liberia, that is bad. Journalists that take money from government officials to kill bad stories about them. Journalists that take money from business people, bad business people, to kill stories about them. Journalists that take money to write bad stories about good people in society are the journalists that are called mercenary journalists. We don't need them. I'm prepared to keep fighting for journalists. I still do that today. But I really don't like mercenary journalists. They are a disservice to the profession. So today I ask all Liberians in and out of government to join me to denounce mercenary journalism. It is bad, it's not good for our country. We didn't fight for press freedom, for people to use the press as a money-making thing against public interest, against the interest of our society. Thank you very much for listening to me.
Okay, so this is it. And that is to even tell you how, for us, we do not have borders. We go for everybody, and we do not suppress or kill anything, irrespective of where it's coming from and who it's coming from. We believe the Liberian people deserve better, and that we must not use our microphone to shield ills in any part of society, whether it is within our profession. And let's be real. Some of what Councillor Gonglo spoke about are true. And they're facts. They're facts in that it is almost apparent that you have a segment of the society, right, that believe, and sometimes it may not entirely be because people are being paid, but people have cleavages. People have fraternities. People have bonds most times. that hold them back in some critical area. And the profession is also affected by that. Because, you know, those who come to practice journalism comes from within the communities. If a man or a woman comes from a society where they prioritize promoting tribalism above national interests, and they prioritize their small lake county or, you know, community is always number one in everything. If that may transcend into national journalism, right, those same values will corrupt the man. And this is in a way mercenary journalism. It's not just about paying somebody. It doesn't. You can corrupt the man by your religion. You can corrupt the man by your tribe. So it is a broader national conversation that should expand, right? And it cut across to every other profession. So you out there, the way to curtail and deal with this is to be willing to support independent, verified journalism. Those of you that are out there and, you know, identifying and recognizing and bestowing honors and awards on quote unquote journalists or media practitioners, your actions are a form of mercenarism, because the objectivity is not there. You wear sentiment. We've seen plenty of you, and sometimes they say, "Oh, you know, it didn't get bored up, blah blah blah." Sometimes when you let talking too much as a young person, they will say, "Oh, you're rude, you're this, you're that," but actually, you're not. You're not rude. You're just being bored, right? But in our part of the world, people confuse boldness with rudeness. They're the rude people that they're comfortable with. They send cash up to them, right? Send wave to them. The rude people, they're there. The very people that sit in the community and want to condemn professionals who are being critical and bold, right? They are the people who will send cash out to the very rude people. They like a perfect key, who are abusing the profession, the privilege, the price freedom, and all of that. Who finance these people? Now you. Can any of you come out one day and say, "Oh, right, once upon a time, you got," and, you know, at least I can talk for myself, right? Once upon a time, I came to my office and solicited money to go and do something. It's an open challenge. So we owe this to those who listen to us. Every day we wake up from our bed, we come here thinking about, you know, the caliber of people that choose to say, "Oh, I'm going to listen to the Freedom Money Rise for informations and educations in Liberia." It will be a disservice and dishonor and disrespect to these people, their conscience, if you continue to market and, you know, purchase content, pay for content. That is absolutely wrong, right? Have we also asked ourselves, why is it that when there are particularly critical matters affecting the poor people, certain people not talking about it, certain platforms not talking about it, but only Freedom talking about it? So how do you define mercenary journalism? But because people have their sentiment, people think that, everybody's supposed to be this thing about, you know, elitists in their mindset and say, "Oh, because the man's a old footballer, so nothing about him makes sense," or these people are from that general classification and everybody's supposed to be in that bracket. And no. Some of our orientation, we don't settle for those things. We need a fair and equitable society, and everybody must be treated equal. So Gonglo made some profound point. Journalism is among the noblest calling in democracy. Of course. Its duty is simple and sacred: to inform, educate, and to empower. To inform, educate, and to empower. Right? Now, and it is segmented into components. It's segmented into components. So people will have to leave from their narrow view about what journalism is in Liberia to understand the broader context. If politicians who want that will just come here every day, we're not newscasting here. For example, we just come here every day, and the newsroom develops the story, it goes through the editor, it comes, and then all Abu does come and sit here and read the script and leave. I can't add, I can't subtract. But we are trained, right, capacitated, right, to dissect that very news or development. Get all of the other connecting angles and make sense of them and explain the broader implication, which is a form of educating you and opening your eyes. Politicians are not fan of that to a larger extent. And to achieve the goal, right, particularly in a hostile environment like Liberia, where people violate the laws, people are not afraid of the coast, people are not afraid of anything in this town, right? The presidency is violating the laws, right? When you come here and call out the presidency for violating the laws, somebody say you're rude. This is the society we are in. You have a president who flouted the 10 laws and it gets challenged, and the president under his watch, right, refused to accept the outcome of the Supreme Court. And somebody say you're supposed to come here and ignore that, then that means in their mind they will qualify you as a good journalist. This is the most stupid and logic I've ever come across. Somebody say one morning we wake up, the Capitol building is on fire. Right? State security assigned there in custody of the vicinity. State security were armed, they're there. And then there is fire on the Capitol building. The majority of blacks supported by the president are the one in authority of the building with all of the keys. But then somebody say the minority of black that they're trying to kick out, they've been fighting to kick out, who do not even have access to the place freely, right? That majority black should be the one that all of us should agree. And once we disagree that no, we can't just all rightly blame these people. Let's open it. That means we are rude. That means we're not doing journalism. You see the Liberian man, you see why some people just decide and say, oh, let me forget about this thing. Because the society is subjective. Objectivity, they don't like it. Once they have their sentiment, they have their tribal attachment, right? They have whatever. No, they do not see objectivity anymore. In any which way, any given society, what happened at the Capitol building, one will be calling for an all-inclusive investigation process. Have you asked yourself why the majority black and the police that were in control of the Capitol building were left out of the investigation process? And you say, okay, we all should leave it. And because of that, we have said consistently that the independence of the investigation process has been tampered with, and that the outcome of the investigation will be flawed and misleading. Where are we today? How many months? How many months is it? So who are the better journalists in this country? Primo, we are not looking for your flowers or your awards or whatever. Who are the better journalists? Oh, you want us to sit down here like you think we probably put a living with Baka? No, all we need from Baka is what the Constitution requires, right? To lead, to govern a wholesome functioning society. And when we notice that the president is not doing that, we call him out. And that is not rudeness. That is boldness. Because some of you are cowards. You do not have the intestinal fortitude to speak truth to power. You are not bred. You are not raised that way. No. And you came out subjectively. So it's part of you. So you think that your subjectivity is equal to discipline. No. Being mentally subjective or enslaved, that's not what they call, discipline. On the record, you are no disciplined than anybody here. Do you know what it requires? What it requires to stand in the gap for the people? Do you know what it means to sacrifice, to be the voice of the people who can speak for themselves? Do you know what it requires? You think it requires pampering? You can't sit down here and the country is listening. People hope you need to vibrate the system for something to happen for JFK. You need to vibrate the system, right? For our community roles to be done. For pregnant women to stop catching difficulties across the villages and in the butchers and giving birth. You need to vibrate the system, and then you can't be sit down here and be pampering thieves and criminals. And when you call them criminals, the politicians get angry. Imagine the politicians are the ones setting the standard. Should it be that way? In a country, you see politicians setting the standard and the whims and caprice of politicians becoming the order of the day. That society is going nowhere. And this is the case with Liberia. A Dillon is supposed to tell a journalist how he's supposed to practice. This is nonsense. A man who feeds on corruption, right? On embezzlement, pregnant women. People are dying in this country. Look at the kids are losing their lives and their future to drugs. You say we come here, we should leave it. We should come, we say, oh no, let's wait for the LDA to do press statement. Tailored narrative. We are too conscious to be settling for tailored narrative. We go beyond those corrupted press releases. We challenge, we call them out. That's why they dislike us. So let them give you evidence where they have ever paid a dime, right? They refuse to do business with us. They throw our reporters out. We have still persevered. And we are there and speaking for the Liberian people, and you open your, and you be talking, right? Do you know who Councillor Gonglo is referring to? The very people in disguise that you call independent are the people he's talking to. You just need to be a little more intelligent and forget about your tribalism. And this thing, this country, you gotta lead that tribalism thing, you gotta lead all the thing and look at the broader picture. Look at humanity. Just look at humanity and tailor all of your approach towards that. Because sometimes your kinsmen can be very corrupt, very selfish, mean, and wicked. But you're protecting them. They're selfish, mean, and wicked. They will have their kids elevated and promoted while you're struggling with yours. And yeah, it's okay. But you should just be there. Oh, the men are my kinsmen, right? So the men are your kinsmen. Why you people not at the same level? Why is not creating the means for equilibrium? Why can't you ask that? Right? Support the person based on their character, based on what they have delivered. But you don't just jump. You think some of you believe that, oh, because we've elected to support Mr. Weah, so that means automatically we qualify for all your denigrating and attributes and look, not that we are bragging, but we are way smarter than some of you out there that say, oh, because the men are supporting Joe, so all the people supporting Joe, we agree. You flunkies. And you will not know. Some of you pay for grades and things around, you perspire around. Now all of you can be saying, and you think when you supporting United Party, so automatically you clever, that you're clever people. Stupid logic. Right? So there's a point here that the councillor raised, and it's profound. Right? Okay. So mercenary journalism is dangerous because it turns lies into headlines and truth into a casualty. We don't want to call people out here several times to a point where some of our people that you celebrate, their own institutions have debunked them. Have you not seen it? Debunk them. But look, because those individuals support Baka, so they're okay with those ones. Do you know what it means to be working in an incident and then you do something and then they come up publicly and debunk you? Right? And disassociate themselves from you? That means you've transcended the ethical standard to a point where the institution feels embarrassed to even associate with you. But those are the people you clap for. People who came here and could not make it. Right? They failed the standard and they left. You come here, you free. But the standard is clear. Right? And he spoke about denying other people and giving the pen or the microphone to the highest bidder. Do we? No. Every strata of our society have the opportunity here.
Except that some are afraid to come because of the tough questions.
Yeah, the youth, the women, the politicians, right? The independents, everybody come here. You come and sit down. If you choose you don't want to come, that's fine. We have the capacity to lead our conversations, and that's exactly what we do. So he said that. In a way, most definitely, right? And I agree that this thing, like I said from the get-go, that this thing is there, it's balancing, we have to work towards it. But again, who are those sponsoring that? The government. Why have we asked why the government refused? And the government is uncomfortable of having Freedom FM reporters assigned at the executive mansion and other places. Because true journalism uncovers, true journalism exposes, right? And enlighten and open the eyes of the people. The government is afraid that when you have a Freedom FM journalist who will be there primarily to expose, if you're not doing the wrong thing, why are you hiding? Even at Mekat, venturing out, everywhere. So, okay, why are they comfortable with certain media institutions and they're not comfortable with other media institutions? Could it mean that those media institutions that they're comfortable with are the ones they're giving money and they're agreeing to say what they want and not say what they don't want? Come to think about it. So this thing is not hard to fathom. It's not hard, right? Ministries and agencies in the government should not be afraid to see Abu Ohiga go into the entity to seek information. Our lives are in danger or threatened. We don't go anywhere, right? You don't try it. They will send their talks to attack you. It's clear. Where? Ask all of them. Where? In fact, it's not even our nature. But for news purposes, you go there. And then when you reach out to them for verification, they send their talks to attack you. This is what you should be speaking to. This is what all of us should be condemning, right? The fact that we're operating as a full-fledged, legally registered media institution for more than 10 years in this country, we should not be denied the opportunity to access information in a country and a government where you have Freedom of Information Act and you have a Kamara Abdullah Kamara law decriminalizing speech and other things, right? Then you come here, you say whatever. So you all know the people who are into that. For us, our more open world, we can talk everything. Even when Mr. Weir and CDC was in power, right? There were people who were so very big in this town. We sat on this very media platform and spoke to them. And spoke bravely to them, courageously to them. So what more about rescue Chalantans, Buccaneers, Tabula Razas? I'll go ahead and then let's see.
I'm seeing some terrible video coming from my township there. But it's important, Abu. You could not have said it any better than what you've said. You know, all that we will continue to do is to just save our country. And as always, I would say posterity is going to judge all of us. It happened during the course of the campaign up to the elections. And then the inauguration to where we are today. There are too many things that we've said before in the past. Liberians did not listen. They did not see it important. They branded us in a form and manner that they wanted to. And we are at a point now where God is vindicating us. Many of what we said before are beginning to manifest. So as a result of that, sometimes it is not our interest to be against to celebrate something when it's happening negative to our country. No. But when you warn the child about a potential danger, and that child feels they got their own mind, they got whatever they want to do, they feel like they know what they're doing, and then that child gets into problem tomorrow. Sometimes even as a parent, you will set if that pepper, for example, you tell that person say pepper in our pen, the child listen and go put hand in our pen, rub it on their face, pepper burning there. Some parents will sit and look at that child to get punished by that pepper. Then the next time when they are being warned, they will learn sense. And this is the point we are. All of what we said before, we said it, you say our nonsense. You went to the pools, you did what you wanted to do. Up to now, there are things that are happening in this country, and it only takes courage to speak to these things. Or they tell you some of us we want to live luxurious life. They tell you we don't want to sit and get too many friends in government where our names will be on period around. Then we shut up our mouths. But if all of us decide to go for that, then who will speak for our country? If all of us decide to sell our integrity to our pockets because we want to live flashy lives, we want to rock cars, who is going to speak for our country? This country is going in the form and manner that it is going in because many of us young people, we've decided not to speak the truth. You sit there when things are happening because you feel you're friendly with that person who is a minister or representative or senator or whatever. When the person is doing wrong, even the presidency, you feel you got connection to the presidency. When the presidency is doing something wrong, you shield that. And these were things that you criticized before, but today you're celebrating it. They tell you now who we supporting today that we did not support before. Who criticizing today that we did not criticize before. Councillor Gonglo said it. There are many of our friends that we know that are in the media today. You're here talking, you say, oh yeah, because they're speaking in the interest of the government. You feel, at least a minute. These are people, all of those places, I said it the last time, all of those places they can go and collect what they can collect. When we hear some of them speaking, we already know because we were tempted with that. But we did not give into it. So when they're speaking, we can listen to their tune and already know where they are. And already, so sometimes we sit and be laughing because we can get tempted, but because we've decided to stand for the truth. That's why many of you here, you're passing around, oh, that person is rude. And I always told people I'm one person who don't care when you call me arrogant or rude. I ain't care about how you feel about that. The only thing I can tell you for a fight, let me not insult you. No, and nobody can tell me, say, oh, Hagar saw me, insulted me. No. They will tell you, say, Hagar said the truth in my face. I ain't care who you are. You can be my pa, my mama, whatever, who you think you are. When you once you go against the norms and culture of society, once you go against the interests of our country, the greater interests of our country, I don't care who you are. I will deal with you as it is. You think you're ready to get some of you passing around? We can be doing Facebook posts, talking nonsense. You think you're ready to get connection in the government more than some of us? That the reason you see it this way is because we don't intend to sell our belly to these people. I can tell you for a fact, any of us, Abu and I, any of us want to even sit down, just want to quiet down, just shut our mouth. You will not hear us speak. You will see us in the latest cars. We're not working for it. When they sit down, they be giving it to us. But how our country will get better tomorrow? How will our country get better? So when people speak truth, you call them, oh, they're picking at the rude, they're arrogant, they're this. You know what it takes for us to be to where we for us to sit and see what we see. Many of us, because of the intolerance of this, because of how intolerant this government is, we avoid as much as possible. We avoid the streets. Oh, you didn't think I supposed to be in club 10, 11, 12, 1 o'clock looking for a way to come home? We avoid the streets. We are careful how we move around places that you can go freely because you bootlicking the government. Because of how intolerant this government is, we are careful how we move around. Oh, you think we don't want to be free? Then we sit here to talk for you're sitting with us. You give me a cup of rest a whole week to eat. I say, oh, they training that. That because we can sit here to talk some of these things that why the government can add that they're taking action. Imagine we stay here talking, the government behaving like this. Imagine if we're not around to talk. Just imagine where will our country be. Gafwan go steal 2.8 million. In passing around from radio station to radio station, trying to clarify, and we are here providing fights. So imagine that if we're not here, that because we are here, yesterday, Abu and I, we sat here, we spoke about the central bank. As soon as we left the radio, the 15 minutes, central bank released a new, how to call it, exchange rate. When they said they listen to us, things that we say, we can say these things. So they try as much as possible to try and hide it from the public. We go after them and uncover. Nobody can tell us, oh, they two beginning to lie on us. They can tell 2 minutes what they lie. No. Everything that we say here will back them. Some of you, when we open computers, I told you the last time, even at DEA, when we open computers and put out information, you will not even stand here to say so. Y'all can be pressing the government. Y'all can be bootlicking and y'all will stand and want to get in the street. But because of national security, the peace of our country, we decide to modify some of the things we can see, some of the things that are happening in the country, we try to modify them. You know how many terrible things we got about officials of this government? You know how many terrible things we got about the shilly dealings in this government? That's it. Every morning, we always pray for us. You wake up every morning. We want nothing from you. We're not begging you for your money. The good is no government official can tell you, see, the person call me to beg. The person ask me for rent. The person ask me for school fee. The person ask me for this. None of them can tell you that. We live in this country. Even if we are you're claiming that we're supporting, we're praising, we are doing this, doing weird administration. We live our life in this country without taking anything from government cover, without going on any government salary or government payroll. So we can live the next 6 years.
Okay, so so that conversation is actually directed at those in government. The Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism has the list of the missionary journalists. They're there. Missionary media institutions, the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs has the names. And that is the reason why they call them up for the meetings. So you know them, right? They are the one being paid to not say a certain thing, to say a certain thing, right? If you look at the state broadcaster, where journalists, professional journalists are removed, journalists who have the ability, right, to determine what is news, what is not, are removed and replaced with a hardcore propagandist, missionary. You have a government that appoints a fagon that's known in this town to head the national broadcaster. But that government has big touchline, still looking for missionary journalists, or still looking for an institution where missionary journalism is practiced. Have you asked why the Liberal broadcasting system has lost its space and place among media institutions in the country? It's not a go-to place any longer. And this is why you see even government officials who are making appearances there who have to make arrangement for other private radio stations to simulcast. Because if you just sit there alone, you will lose the audience. These are the things people should be speaking truth to. How you said, tell the president, Mr. President, what you did is uncalled for. You can't have a fagon who's notorious for rumor mongering, lies telling, rudeness, disdainful public engagement. That's what he's known for. Look at what he's done to the Ministry of Information. And the president wears the audacity to talk about rudeness and indecency. When you have the Ministry of Information, the government argues that she's making progress. But Liberians out there, every time you take a microphone to them, they say the government has done nothing. So then the question becomes, who's speaking for the government? What are they saying? How are they speaking? But no, you have a government who has a communication machinery that dwells on innuendos and insults, profanity, and attacks. So whatever progress the government continue to argue that they've made are overshadowed by the innuendos, the insults, the diatribes, and attacks from those being paid to communicate the government's progress. But somebody say, I wish you can't do Daniel Sano work on his platform. So wake up from my heart every morning, can sit down here and be talking about Baka and what Baka now do. That's not my job. I'm not a PR for the government. I'm a journalist. So what do I do basically? Right? Is to fund the news. And it is not news when Baka, goes to the airport and get on a plane and fly out of the country. Mm-hmm. Of course, that airplane he will use. So what is happening within the space that's making it impossible for residents of Monrovia to access carbon water in this day and age are the things I'm concerned about. And then I'll go for who's the manager there? Mo Ali. What is he doing? The man took over for almost a year. He developed no what you call it? Working plan. Mo was just there on Facebook and doing things. For 6 to 1 year, Mo Ali served that he had no work plan. It just recently they started developing something. And you say that kind of play is supposed to come and say, oh, because Mo Ali there now. Donna Sayana there anymore. So all I gotta be doing, when Mo call his Lebanese friends, they take zinc and pull it around the building. As you can't sit down here and waste the Lebanese time and say, oh, Mo Ali now put zinc on the water and sewer building. And that's your qualification of what journalism is. Something gotta be wrong somewhere. Or any which way, this is like people pretend to know what they don't know. They won't tell the professional what the professional is supposed to do and things. We have our teachers right here. They're right in the same country here. They have not left. And I am one person, even my professor, you because I know what I know. And I research further to be sure of what I know. Mm-hmm. So when you come, because the society is so gullible, anybody can be corrupted. I got one of my professors who always wrestling on the social media, and you won't be using old age and things. I said, no, Papa, let's leave that one. The thing you thought, this is what you thought. This is what you had the privilege, to teach me about. And then I went further as, So at this age and at this state in my life, you can't be defining what is news for me. No. In fact, I'm a lecturer. I teach that. So you can pretend to can't tell me what is news, and I will correct you, irrespective of who you are. So when you do that, I say, oh, the man rule. The man has no rule. The man is putting you in your place. But anyway, this is it. I'm trying to get that
myself trying.
Serena Cephas read out, which I saw somewhere. Anybody, please connect us with that. Please, let's see. It's important. It sets the tone for broader conversations on this stuff. It's very, very important. So if you have it, I have something here, but that has been worked on. It says, okay. Former Solicitor General Sereno Cephas foresees worsening hardship. Former Solicitor General Sereno Cephas is predicting a worsening economic hardship in Liberia, stressing that the country is plummeting into hunger. In an open letter, Councillor Cephas wants President Joseph Nima Boakai to look beyond official reports and witness the suffering firsthand by visiting communities. And of course, and I agree, even you public officials that sit down in your offices and you're in different chat room and writing on Facebook, please get all of your office, right? Leave your official down, go down Wolosa and interact for yourself. The market are close to you. Just go there and interact for yourself. Don't take our words for it, right? Go down and interact for yourself. Maybe we're making up. Then you know. So Cephas is asking the president to stop, just focusing his head in report. These reports are tailored. Mr. President, all the reports your officials been giving you of recent, they're all tailored. They're all misrepresentation. No facts. No facts. The recent exposure has been with this water thing. So apparently Mo Ali has gone to report to cabinet that there is carbon water all in Central Monrovia. So the Minister of Finance to talk to that, sits on national radio and brag that nobody is buying water anymore. So you see how Mo Ali lied in the report? He lied to cabinet. And a senior member of cabinet addressing national conversation speaks or spews that gibberish. And now the facts are coming out clearly. Right? People are taking well water. So they buy the well water $30 per gallon and they go out and sell it for $50. I didn't even know the price of that thing. Because the part of like, we living get our own way and so critique of leadership. Critique of the leadership and governance. Cephas claims that Liberians are suffering, for which he wants President Boakai to make unannounced visits to deprived areas. How would the president even do that? This is a president who, before going somewhere, he blocks the traffic for an hour. Right? This is the demagogue of the 21st century Liberia, the demagogue from Wonsonga.
Before the men leave from rehab the community and go in, the people already know because they will black the entire traffic.
Play for 1 hour and everybody will know and prepare themselves and sit down. So when you create that kind of panic in the people, when you kind of ask anything, what they will tell you, right? They may say this, Mr. President, to test the report that these people can be giving you, right? And I support this, Mr. President. Come out, Mr. President. We do not hate you, but our people are suffering. Mr. President, our people are suffering, and this is real. And Mr. President, your people are stealing. They're stealing in an industrial level. At an industrial level, they are stealing like they don't care. Right, Mr. President, unannounced, please just get on this gas card, drive to JFK and visit the critical area and see your citizens and ask what is going on. Now when they know you're coming, they shove the people in the room and things and pass it around, and then everybody know. Tell these good for nothing, useless officials of yours to stay back. Tell your ADK or field security pool, you're sitting, you're good, Mr. President. Help yourself. The people lying to you. They use your name, they use you to steal. That's what they're doing. And then when we talk, they make you to feel like we are bad, we don't like you. But why should we even like you? Why should that even matter? That we like you or we don't like you? That should not even matter. Nobody here to like their friend. It's not even about that. Right? National government can be reduced to like and not like. For which he wants President Boakai to make unannounced visits to deprived areas, including West Point and Soniwen, as well as his own hometown in River G, to grasp the true extent of the economic crisis, Mr. President, go to Wonsonga. Don't tell Sakila Nyumaline to organize it. No organization. Go and hear from the heart of your own people. They are suffering. Mr. President, look at the rate. $1 US dollar scratch card is being sold for somebody to make communication in your government. They're charging them $220. You can imagine what it will be for the person in Wonsonga. Look at the farm, look at the businesses, they're not going. What the people means to get money. He expressed concerns about the president's accessibility, suggesting he has become isolated and overly influenced by a small cycle of close associates. Yesterday, I was in another strong conversation. And let me just say this. Even in the top cycle of the Unity Party, and I like how some of them can be listening to the Unity Party, people are beginning to feel, that sense of, cynicism and doubt in Gafwan. Very soon, if care is not taken, you see some Unity Party elements and calling Gafwan out. As soon you see it, just say, oh yeah, we'll talk about it one day. In fact, they not create chat women or say the mayor, something. When America means spoil our government. So president, the book keeping in corner. They say not the president running show. A few handful of people. The how Abdullah Kamal was dragged yesterday and put beyond bar. Seaford accused these individuals of abusing their power and failing to perform their duties. He called on Baka to prioritize competence and professionalism in appointments rather than resorting to regional favoritism. The president is not making the decisions. The president is not making the decisions any longer. Mr. President, you got to take charge. Additionally, CFO frowned at the approach the Barker administration is using to handle the drug crisis, thus criticizing the Liberian Drug Enforcement Agency for allegedly targeting drug users instead of the major importers. When the importers, who's shielding the importers? And you're going after the victims. So people say, Mr. President, the government doesn't look serious about fighting drugs. However, the government of Liberia, so that is that. And this is where we are. And this thing comes down to the actual happening. It comes down to the actual happening on the ground. To be clear and show that people are lying to the president. Oh, you guys can come put the thing on the screen. I just talked about what Mo Ali and the finance minister did to the country. You go ahead on public radio and announce. And I bet you, if Baka had a chance, this is exactly what the president was going to say. That this is the impression that they have, created on the minds of the president. They put the president in that buffer zone, that cycle where the president believes that he has already delivered Liberia. Government can go, water all over, no dead in the street anymore, no Zoko, no armed robber. So the president is in a war outside of Liberia. The cartel has created a whole war and put this man there. And is dangerously serving the country. So apparently everything we're talking, the president not hearing our side. The president is feeding on the report Mo Ali will carry about water in the country. The report Mohammed Shari will carry about electricity in the country. CDC left electricity at 9 counties. What's the addition? Almost 2 years that the government has done in terms of expansion. Other territories that have not, take it there. So that by the time Bwaka leaves, we're able to say that there is electricity across the 15 counties already. But taking it to the hospital now, then it becomes the next regimes or the next government, the next term's focus. And this is where we say, Mr. President, you've not done anything yet, though. Your people say, you went there, you say, oh, chicken factory that kissy people place here coming bid. Mr. President, who takes 2 years to pave a community road? A narrow community road. To just pour cement on a narrow community, 2 years, Mr. President. Does that sound serious? So imagine if we are taking 2 years to build community roads on the average. How long will it take us to build all the community roads in Liberia? So that is almost equal to doing nothing. And this is the pace at which you're moving the country. Snail pace. Mr. President, right? The feeder road project that your ministers went to GSA Road to break ground for, where are they taking place? Contractors are complaining they're not getting their money. Have you observed that even some of the roads that were on during the CDC era, right, continuing, have ceased because additional funding is not coming from the government? And you all continuously make this thing like a CDC and the UP thing, and that is the nonsense. That's denying the country of its needed progress, growth, and development. This is where we are. But then you still have people, you still have organizations, you still have... The reason why our voices are louder than the rest of you who are praising the regime, even when they're failing, is because the Liberian people are hungry. They listen to you, you're saying one thing, but as soon as they leave their house, they go to the market, they see a whole different reality. So who are they going to listen to? I'm here telling them exactly what is happening and what is responsible for that, right? The money exchanger are treating you and destroying your money because the Central Bank of Liberia have ignored its responsibility, and they are there, they're sitting there watching, and the Liberians are being exploited and their businesses are spoiling. You see, you shouldn't talk about that. When you talk about that, then that means you don't have a friend, you don't do friendship in the government. You have a finance minister who sits on the radio and presents a whole misrepresentation of the realities and facts. You say, don't call the man liar, the man, you know that Gafon. Who is Gafon? That when he says a lie and tells a lie that he can't be told that he have. Gafon versus the Liberian people, who should we prioritize? The man who's feeding on, and the one I don't even like to hear from him that somebody beg him to come be finance minister. That nonsense can hear me. Somebody beg you to come be finance minister for what? What you bringing? Right? What are you bringing? What were you working? What was your pay? You make more money now than where you were. They be lying around here. I see some of them be passing around. They came here to hustle. As soon as the election finished, say, I left for $20,000 job in America. You can lie the water. All of you, those poo-poo cleaners, right? Some of you were poo-poo cleaners, especially the United Party men and the poo-poo cleaners. You poo-poo cleaners around there, you're not even qualified to work in any kind of corporate environment in America. You're passing around from one liquor party to another liquor party, and you be doing credit, wearing clothes on credit, driving car on credit. You acting like something nice. You come here, and you're corrupted series, and you think you're educated more than anybody. You lie your way into public office, and then you come here, you think you're something nice, and somebody's going to treat you how? You're all useless to this country. Look, we've seen diaspora in other countries. We've seen the diaspora community in Ghana. We see what they do. We've seen the diaspora. But mind you, there's some very beautifully established and well-intentioned Liberian diaspora and, folks. They come back here. They invest into real estate. They're transforming. They're empowering. But those people too, they're confronted with a perennial challenge here with trust and reliability. Because a lot of the guys here too want to on a weekend, every weekend they won't go ball. You can get your own money. Somebody investing you to do something for you to do business. Every weekend you want to take the man money, you won't go ball. Right? You won't follow all the big guys now on social media. So some of these things too are just it's a whole basket of issues, conundrum of national. I don't know, whatever. Then unfortunately we come and deliver the country to an old man who is a replica of what is responsible for Liberia's backwardness. All that is wrong, all that is responsible for what Liberia, because we've had people like Joseph Boakai in public service who will go there, collect kickbacks, and then go down on the street and play checker and drink and suck king juice. And that's how they've been living in this town. That's how they've been. So you take that kind of king juice sucker and checker player and make him president. So what's the man mindset? What's the man? You think that man is progressive? That man is not. He encircled himself with his old friends, the old checker playing friends, king juice suckers. And they're there misleading the country. And somebody said, don't talk about it that way. But this is the fact. That's the main background. You can discuss these things without going back. You got to know the person. It accounts for what they're doing. A great deal of who they are today is from who they were. Man in your 80, you think he's going to be a new man? Right? A man in 80 to 90, you think that man is going to be an altogether new man? That man is the version of his old self. That's exactly what it is. And we are not afraid to talk that. Even with the president before, we say it because you know what? The Liberian people are suffering. The Liberian people are suffering. They're suffering. Right? People are changing money for what? 170. $750. This is stealing. This is thievery. Broad day stealing. Right? How on earth? Listen to God. So no.
ELPC said that there is no one setting water within the central part of Malta. As you can see here, those are the water in the gallons.
This is in the heart of Monrovia, right? The heart of Monrovia. And you're seeing the push with the gallon inside. So walking at Monrovia, that the finance minister was talking about. They met just from cabinet meeting. This is what they told the president. Exactly what they told the president. So where is the argument? Not journalists feeling Liberia, that the politicians feeling the country, the leaders, right? The justice system is feeling the country. When people don't get justice, when lawyers will see the wrong thing and they will stand, they will take money and go defend it. They are the one failing the country, not journalists. Oh yeah, journalists have the bad apples. That and they're who finance the bad apples in the media? And the politicians that finance them, right? You think the society don't know the bad apples? They know them. Why are you giving them money? Some of them don't even have. They're not even attached to any kind of mainstream media or organization or institution. But for some reason, you give them money, you fly them out of this country, you put them on trips, you give them everything. They have it. They are your friends. We, you say we, the small boys, say that are picking it. Right? So that is the problem. Don't shift the goalposts. Oh yeah, we can talk about the misgivings within the profession and how it's being deliberately infiltrated. So the government is paying people to come into the space and pollute the space. They get these kids who know nothing about broadcasting. All they do, that on their face, you buy food for them, you give it to them, you put them, you give them trapo, and you pass them around. You say they're broadcasting, they're doing content, and sitting there, they're spewing gibberish. They're confusing the public. They're confusing the Liberian people. Who's sponsoring that? The government. Recently, what did we see? The managing director of the National Coal Authority brought in brand new phones. Give it to what? Fanatics to do what? To do media functions. So if there are things that you need to cover, why can't you invite the independent press to go there? The independent press will apply all of the principles and, of course, the ethical requirements to qualify and report to the Liberian people. But no, you want a man who didn't know what he's doing. All he cares is he overwhelmed by his fanaticism and, of course, his admiration for the president or whoever. And so you put him there. But you are not considering the danger that that man misinformation, disinformation is creating in the public. No, you're not considering that. And the danger that poses to the future of the country, no. All you care, that man should just say it the way it is not. And that man will always be motivated because he has to keep doing what he has to keep doing to sustain the flow. The government is responsible for any breakdown in this country. And people must fix it. People should start scapegoating. And all of these things broke down when Baka became president. And this is what you have. And you don't like to hear that, but this is the fact. Baka is Liberia's problem today. He is Liberia's problem. The old man. How do you have a president who's not in charge, who's being teleguarded, knocked around the place, and being literally remoted? And you think things will go on right? You think by being rude and insultive and attacking and branding people is going to save? Every time you try to do that, the country is going down. How many reports have we read this year alone? And everything are damning, and of course, utterly condescending. And you think you're doing anything? So, folks, will take course. Let's hear your views, Liberians. This is about our country. We gotta move the country forward, and to move the country forward, we all must be willing and prepared to say that this is where the problem is. Right? To a point where when you decide to do it like us, they will deny you. You're qualified for contract they won't give you. Right? They will deny your business. They'll strangulate you. We're seeing it all over the place. Don't be critical. Don't say fact. Anybody that settles to be critical and exposing of the facts and demanding accountability in the government, the poll will break you down. 0776 104 104 086 500 104 plus 231 886 500 104 are the numbers to call. And so while we are with the calls, continue to play your cash giveaway on star 255 star 1 hash, star 255 star 1 hash. The more you play, the better chances are to win. And of course, once we reach the threshold, we'll do the call.
Morning.
Let me say good morning to Higa.
Morning, boss.
My name is Washington Soap. I call from Gonglo. And let me appreciate you guys say all this morning. And everything is clearing. One thing that you spoke about and I listened to is very happening, and that is harmful, is denying certain media institutions represented as real public error. For example, the executive mansion is not anybody's personal error. All federal media institutions in this country need to have their representatives there to report what is going on. But I don't know. I don't know.
Thank you so kindly. This is Liberia for you. Morning. You live. Go ahead, boss. Morning. You live. Go ahead.
Good morning again. I'm Pastor Emmanuel T. Cooper. I come from Barnesville. This is precisely.
Where?
Again, I really want to appreciate you guys. You are the hero of the generation. I want to find a way, my organization, want to find a way to appreciate you guys. So I don't know what we need to do together. Because I'm very much impressed in this generation. Because we saw that you are saying they want to put old age to the stories they want to bring old and future. They will discuss that they tell us that they now work that for 100 and some years. Start give chance to the young generation that are well inclined, innovative, creative, and sensitive, and wanting to do better. But it's one and justice. So they can't deny you, they can't reduce you. I like your preference, but it's back at the presence of the inner citizen for the period, the government of this country. I'm a man of patience and God. I
Andrew. Just inform the country about the government progress. You leave that and you're insulting. You're causing clergymen. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the Carolina Bureau, to say it's somewhere else. He said Liberia, we are all Liberians. Until yesterday, we agree you are there. People what matter most the Liberian people. Let the people praise you. Not praising yourself. People got to critique you. You can't stop that. To appreciate it. I want to do that.
Thank you very kindly.
Thank you for your participation. 0776 104 86 500 104 ID numbers. You can call us on right now to be a part of the conversation today right here. Also, don't forget to play your catch giveaway. The code for today is, of course, the same: *255 *1 hash. *255 *1 hash is the code you can use to for just $50 Liberian. You stand a chance to receive between 10,000 down right here this morning. 0776 104 104 086 500 104 ID numbers you can use to call us on right here and right now and be a part of the conversation here this morning right here on the Freedom Morning Rise right now. So Abu, got anything there from you?
So yes, basically that's exactly what it is, and of course we know these things. So that's what we've said, and I am very aware, and every time we come here, we are very aware about all of the efforts that's been made from the regime, and of course regime apologists to twat and present, and, us and the job we do as for us. And every time they try, they fail. But any which way, again, we like to say, right? These data were made. By the time the CDC government leaves, right? We had roughly 9 counties of the 15 counties, right, that have national electricity grid connection. So whether it's through outsourcing, like the private partnership arrangement with entities like Jungle Water and things, right? What you have to understand, Jungle Water did not jump from the blue and start that arrangement. He entered with government and then they got signed and they started providing it. So Mr. Fast Checker. So don't be asking me LEC.
Let's talk to
electricity across the country.
Let's talk to David King. David, morning.
Yeah, good morning, Edgar. Let me say good morning to Abu.
Go ahead.
You see, it is quite disturbing, to see our guys still campaigning when they have already won the election. It is time for leadership. And we see nothing like leadership coming from them, but all we see, they are staying in the campaign mood. So I think they need to inform the Liberian people whether they came to campaign until the 5th year can be over, or they came to do the work of the Liberian people. Because right now, and you're just talking about just one aspect of it. Like the report you just read, that we rank number 2 in Africa, the most hungry country.
Yeah, the most hungry. That's a report from this paper.
In the whole West Africa, Liberia ranked number 2 to being hungry. People are very hungry in the country. And that is the fact. Some people don't even find food to eat on a daily basis. It's difficult for people to even survive. And this is why you walk in the street nowadays, they got people are asking for handout. Who people? All right? The country has been reduced into property. People are just begging from one end to another. People don't know what to do. We talk about U.S. rates dropping, but commodity prices in the market continue to escalate, and people are talking about reducing money or reducing rice price. I mean, these are not things for people to be talking, but people should get to work. I think we want this company that is talking about the NGO to come, so that people can start working and for Liberians to get something on the table.
Simple.
Thank you very much.
Bring the components.
Thank you, David.
Bring
Thank
the
you for your
NGOs back. Let Liberian parents get jobs. Let them work. Right? People are hungry. People are not only hungry in this country. The number of beggars has increased. There has to be a survey to do that, to come out with the data. Right? Professional begging, go and stuff. Just for this reopening of schools, right? We not get nothing, but yeah, easy, and you can be very, very starved when you see. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Fine, let's hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, this is Mr. Joe Smith, and I call from New Matari.
Let's hear you, Mr. Smith.
Yeah, I highly appreciate this course. What happened here is that concerning there was a discussion I listened to on the radio station about people beating on motorcyclists with ratting, people who are above 45 to 35 above age. And then in that discourse, they were trying to talk about how it was marginalized. But one way or the other, we have the pedestrian, we have red light. At the time where people are above to cross.
But none of the radio you're listening to yet other discussion on.
Pardon?
I'm not sure this is where you are listening. I think another radio station you heard that on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what?
Actually, so this is it. So here, we have the report, right, from the fire experts that came to the country to help the government in establishing the veracity of the arson claim, right, on how the Capitol building got fired. So this is the independent fire investigation report concerning the fire on December 18, 2024 in the Liberia Capitol building, presented by Fire Rescue Alliance. Folks, but your government has ignored the fast checker. They can be asking them why you're not using the one in the case. But fast checker they can be what kind of fast checker you be people in boss who they with my man. Oh god. Small kinny UP fast checker. Danny rescue fast checkers. But look, man, on a more serious note, so the report is here. You have it, right? Okay, so let me see. Let's do it. So you see, our good friend, what you call, Mr. Michael Gilman, shared this a couple of weeks, I think a week or two ago, with us. But all we like to ensure that we find the time to have these conversations. And I've been very frustrated with the manner in which the government has decided to handle that whole arson case and all that. So I sent it, right? So, but this is it, right? The government say the people, they brought the experts to come do the fire thing. But then the expert did a report, the government said, no, we agree with that one. Okay. Fire chief, retired Ken Preliman. Ken Preliman began his firefighting career, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm not interested in that one. Fire chief, emergency manager, Jerry. So basically, the profile, the people that they brought here, right? And then you go to the next is the fire resilience fire investigative report, case number investigation. Investigator, this is Ken Perlman, Jerry Sketch, Mark Landy, and these were 3 quote-unquote fire experts that were brought in the country to help aid the government of Liberia to establish the cause of fire. These people, they read their profile, they say, oh, blah, 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 blah. So property, address, Camp Johnson Road, Monrovia, Montserrado County, Liberia, and of course, dwelling type, assembly, Liberia Capitol building, blah, blah, blah. And of course, the date, the incident, incendiary, right? Indicative of the fire being caused by, artificial or some being made to happen instead. So that was what they said. And then it came further, say investigation status, investigation handled exclusively by LNP and LNFS, the National Fire Service. That was December 18, 2024. On February 28, 2025, the FRA, right? Investigators arrived in Monrovia. May 1, briefing with law enforcement. FRA investigators began site evaluation. On May 2, 2025, the FRA continued site evaluation. FRA completes site evaluation. They package physical evidence, transfer evidence to LNP. At 12:48 p.m., FRA turns building over to jurisdiction. Right? May 4, 2025, investigation closed. May 4, 2025. And it's been May, June, July, August, September. We're in September. Nobody's talking, nobody's quoting, nobody's referencing, nobody's using this very report from the experts that Gregory Como himself went and brought in the country. Say the synopsis. On the morning of Wednesday, December 18, 2024, the Liberia Capitol building was reportedly to be on fire. Social media surfaced almost immediately with light gray smoke pushing out of the eaves surrounding the entire circumference of the Capitol dome. Within minutes, the smoke turned black, windows broke, and flames became highly turbulent within the fourth floor and dome of the Capitol building. Based on various recorded videos, firefighting was delayed based upon extended notification, delay response times, the apparent lack of available Liberia National Fire Service equipment, personnel, and water. Additionally, so you listen to why they said responding to the fire was something, right? They said firefighting was delayed based upon extended notification. I don't know what I mean by that. Additionally, once firefighters arrived on the scene, they were hampered by having to extend long hose lines into the first floor of the rotunda and up 3 flights of stairs as the building had no stand pipes. Further, water supply was hampered in part by damaged hose that was leaking water throughout the building. So the report said the fire people said that when so the damage would have been minimal, but the fire service said that when the wood stand they were having that prep, say everything was buzz. So the water is supposed to carry up to color the fire, the water was whizzing. So it made it difficult. So property description, Capitol building, you all know that. So we're not going to waste time on that one there. Narrative report, the background, for the most part, as stated above, on the morning, blah, 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 blah. Important notice, given the amount of time that has elapsed since the fire occurred, certain forms of evidence may have deteriorated at such a level they are lost or may not be collected. That means by the time they call the fire experts in, the fire experts are saying because of the delay that happened, certain evidence that they will need to establish certain things might have lost or just not available to deal with. Fire Rescue Alliance has not been engaged for the purpose of assessing the Liberia National Fire Service although it has done so in the past. Further, Fire Rescue Alliance has also not been engaged, nor does it have the expertise to evaluate the law enforcement component of the investigation and or the prosecutorial aspects related to this fire. Understood? Right? After spending considerable time inside the chamber, it is our professional opinion that the site remain closed as the scene represents serious safety issues in the form of falling debris, uh, trap hazard, ongoing or inhalation issues related to the stirring of debris and potentially the risk of collapse, approach, blah, blah, blah. Analysis of the investigation, property description, orientation, exterior examination, they did all of that, interior as well, methodology, the interviews and investigation activity. This is key. Let's see. Fire rescue personnel focus our investigation on individuals whose testimony had not been taken or fully documented. We conducted no interviews with persons of interest who may have been involved with the act. Emmanuel Iziki, firefighter with the LNFS, lives just east of the Capitol building. Neighbor knocked on his door at 6:44 a.m. Emmanuel has a very specific routine in the morning, including a schedule that gets his kids off to school at the same time each day, which allow him to identify the specific time his neighbor knocked on the door. The neighbor who told him that the Capitol was on fire. Emmanuel ran to the scene. Emmanuel entered the rotunda on the first floor on the Senate side under the breezeway, initially believing that he might find a fire extinguisher and attempt to put the fire out. He decided that that was not possible and backed out. He ran to the front of the rotunda and immediately witnessed windows 1 and 2 falling, with glass falling to the ground. An engine from the LPRC had entered the grounds, and Emmanuel assisted them with pulling hose lines to the fire floor. Then they spoke with one rubber holder, James Morba. Rubber holder is the chief fire investigator, LNFS. So this is, let's see what they gathered from there. So rubber holder stated that he became aware of the fire while en route to the office. He arrived at the Capitol site at 7:30 and made entry into the chamber between 8 o'clock a.m. to 8:15. Upon his arrival, he described several areas with coals, a term referring hot rare debris or embers, they call it embers, still glowing with small amounts of fire. He examined the electrical panels, giving the history of the November 10 fire in one of the electrical panels. He indicates that they looked for fire pattern. Shortly after their arrival, the LEPS arrived and took some environmental readings and declared the space unsafe. At the time, they discontinued their work and returned the next day. In my time with the chief, it became clear that he too is the victim of having too little training over the course of his career. He was unable to make the same observation as outlined above. Oh, the man say, our whole fire geo. So the man get a little tune. Anyway, then you talk to Jim Moore about House of Representative maintenance, the key holder, right? To talk to James Morba. Then the cause and origin. This section will outline and discuss evidence related specifically to determine cause of the fire and origin or place that the fire started. In the session that follows, we will address our review of evidence collected with regard to the prosecution of individuals responsible for igniting the fire. There were 2 items collected and recorded into evidence related to determining the cause and origin prior. They say there were 2 items collected, right? To our arrival. 1, quart-size Clorox bleach container found in west yard of the complex, approximately 40 to 50 yards from the front door. The containers is reported to have been collected by the LPRC and taken to their laboratory for confirmation that the residue in the container was gasoline. The laboratory confirmed the presence of gasoline. The second, 1 cardboard box of matches located on the second floor of the building on the House of Representatives side near an office door. The above item, I say near an office door. So, question, who office door? The above items were taken into evidence by the LNP. Upon our examination of the Joint Chamber Fire Rescue personnel, collected additional physical and digital evidence as we evaluated all potential causes and all potential areas of origin. Notwithstanding the note above regarding the limitation associated with the collection and processing of physical evidence, the following evidence was collected, packaged as best possible, cataloged, and turned over to the LNP. Those items include 1 single-gallon paint can found approximately 20 feet 11 inch from the northwest corner of the chambers and 18 feet 10 inch from the west wall, placing on what was originally the carpeted walkway that separated the speaker's platform from the members' sitting area. So they found single-gallon paint can. Then 1 single-gallon paint can again was found somewhere north from the center of the west wall. This item was logged with evidence tag 13 photo 44 in parentheses. Then 1 single-gallon paint can found approximately 5 additional single-gallon paint cans were identified, photographed, blah, blah, blah. 1 single section of carpet padding, 1 small section of burned carpet, 1 small section of unburned carpet. Those ones, they turn everything over to the Labrador National Police. Photographs, significance of observation and evidence. During the course of any fire investigation, certain observations and blah, 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 blah. Okay, we're almost coming to the conclusion. We're almost at the conclusion. 1, the surviving piece of carpet from photo 43 found underneath the pin was identified as evidence tag number 14. Photo 40, 41, 42 should not be underestimated in its value. The fact that any amount of carpet or the foam padding survived under the protection of the can, confirms without any doubt that the can was placed or left on the carpet before the fire started. Based upon the design and intended use of the room, and based upon the testimony of Mr. Morba, a single pin can would have been unexplainable, much less the presence of 8-pin cans throughout the chamber and balcony. Origin. The area of origin of the fire has been identified as or around the speaker's podium near the west wall. Photo 37. This is where we believe the first atoms were ignited. The evidence, I said, this is evident by the amount of severe damage to the destruction of the latter and plaster. That's in photo 36, right? Deformed steel columns. Photo 24, 25, 26, 27. Significant and specific damage to the chambers chandelier. Photo 28, 29. The loss of material in exposed facades. Photo 12, 16, 18. And the impact of structural steel above the speaker's platform. Photo 30. Finally, so this is almost like somebody primarily was targeting the speaker's office. So finally, based upon fire dynamics, and as a fire grows, it tends to move upward and outward and can leave an indicator that investigators call a V pattern, where shoot deposits inside the V darken the wall to a further extent than the markings outside of the V pattern. Say when present, the V points to where the fire started. The V points to where the fire started, taking from, so it goes like this, right? Taken from the room, photo 38 clearly shows V pattern. Photo 38 clearly shows V pattern. Conclusion. Based on a systematic fire investigation following best practices, the fire has been classified as incendiary in nature. The determination was reached through a methodical analysis of fire patterns, material damage, witness statements, and physical evidence process, and collected at the scene. The area of origin has been identified at or near the speaker's podium, where the most significant fire damage was identified. This finding is supported by burn pattern analysis and correlates with witness statements regarding the fire or the first windows breaking on the west side of the building, which introduced additional oxygen and intensified the fire. Our investigation concludes that a fire originating near the speaker's podium, who involved a lot of combustibles such as furniture, cloth burning, foaming chairs, carpet, and the like. The rapid spread of the fire suggests an ignitable liquid was used to allow such a fire to spread to full involvement within minutes. Above the speaker's podium was a vertical wall covered with wood paneling and the Liberian crest on its face. With the fire originating at or near the podium, the first moved vertically up the wall and across the underneath side of the west wall balcony. It then moved vertically up the front of what? The front of the wood covered backdrop with the Liberia crest and to the ceiling. Our investigation ruled out an electrical cause as an examination of electrical conductor in the area of origin found no evidence of arcing or short circuiting. Additionally, vandalism had resulted in the exterior part of the stuff. So, folks, this is exactly what the fire investigators said. That they are convinced that at the end of the day, somebody used liquid to extend the fire, and that the fire in question began near the speaker's office, and more damage was caused around the speaker's office and all that. And that the people they talked to and the evidence that they review and all of that indicated that the fire wasn't caused by electrical fault, so that it needed to be established who were those. And then the question comes to the state or the status of the government's investigation and those they arrested, because this will also give you a lead, right, to determine suspects or people to basically ask questions. So pretty much tell me, in the wisdom of Gregor Como, in a given instant where this is anything to go by, that means Speaker Kofa and himself sent people to go and begin the process of bringing the capital building from his office, where he had personal belongings and, of course, national documents. There is no evidence and there is no report that before or prior at any time interval, Speaker Kofa went there and collected personal belongings. That will make you to understand probably he took all his own thing. So a man who will leave all his own thing there, but send people to go burn the Capitol building and say, but go start a fire to my office. So in the event where it will burn all my own thing in my office, it's not connected. So even the government herself, right? And most people are asking, why are they not using these people report and the evidence and pieces that these people submitted to them? I read to you the list of items that these people submitted to the police that the police should use as evidence to support their claim they made that the thing was incendiary. They talk about pink cup, they talk about carpet, then they talk about small clover gallon, right? They say that the thing that they found, so the police must carry that one into court to prove to the court that arson took place. So the police say they ain't carrying that one. The police left that one. We are hearing that the police carry call log. Librarians, where are we going? What is this? Let's take call 0776 104 104 086 500 104 plus 231 86 500 104 are the numbers to call, and of course you will be live. So again, we are not the judge, or we are not judges here. Basically, what we do, we tell you what is going on, expose, and give you an idea to inform your opinions on these critical and national happenings. It is very, very important, right? So grab your phone and let's talk. Okay, so we have our man, Michael Gilman. So Gilman, welcome. You're here. This morning I play your stuff, man.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, good morning to you and Haga there in studio. Good morning, Liberia. Good morning, diaspora. It's great to be back in the motherland. I arrived here last night, but I just started listening to you, and I heard you read the report from the former Minnesota fire chiefs. And thanks for doing that. I hope we can do it over and over and again and raise the concerns and provide some answers to the Liberian people, because that's exactly what you guys are doing what we are doing collectively to inform the people for decision making. I want to emphasize a portion of that report.
Please go ahead.
Where the investigators said the fire was started around the speaker's office.
Correct.
And Mo Ali, on that day of the fire, Mo Ali was driving in his car.
Okay.
With somebody. I have the video to that effect, and you could. He was like between the Capitol building and LU and going towards town.
Okay. Coming from Cinco.
And sitting in his car, he was able to describe exactly where the fire is coming from. He said the Capitol building is on fire, and that's from the speaker's office, the speaker's side. How did he get to know that the fire began at the speaker's office?
And the investigators have validated that indeed from their V pattern analysis.
And the investigator did not talk to him. They did not
mention speaking to him.
No, they did not speak to him. They did not speak to people of interest. You read the report. Okay? So, besides that, another thing that is striking.
No, but that morality thing you talk about. So, what does it say to you? What bell does it ring to you?
It tells me that he has an insight or some information about the setting of the fire. It tells me he knows something about setting the fire, and he needs to answer a question. You can rule out Mo Ali. You cannot rule out Samuel Koga. You cannot rule out James Collet. You cannot rule out Gregory Coleman. You cannot rule out these people that are leading the investigation. They need to answer a question. I have another video where on the 17th, if you look at the perimeter of the Capitol building, there were security all over the building, police.
Correct.
At every entrances of the Capitol. Where were they?
But Mr. Give me 1 minute. Are you also concerned that even the fire investigator, the team from Chicago or wherever they came from,
Minnesota.
Minnesota. They chose not to even speak with the police, the security guys.
Not that they chose to do that; they were prevented from doing that.
Because in the report, there is nowhere they spoke. Because they said they were not going to speak to people.
What they did.
And the police were suspect, so they should have spoken with the police people that were there providing.
But they prevented them. They prevented them from doing that. Abu, listen. If you read through the report and you did, you will notice that they were not allowed to speak to suspects, or they were given written report from the fire service.
So they had a template. They had a template to work with. They even condemned the fire team.
They condemned the fire service report as being unscientific, as being careless, misstatements, and a whole lot more. And then they said the police was able to quickly arrive at a criminal investigation, then to find the cause of the fire. So they knew their culprits, they knew their suspects before the fire was even set. That's what that that report tells us.
Yeah, because the time.
That is the reason why. That is the reason why you will not see the government admit that report into evidence, because the report is very damaging. And they brought in these people. They used taxpayers' dollars to bring in these people, lodge them in hotels, fed them, gave them security, gave them everything. And their report is thrown out of evidence.
It remains a point to ponder. But thanks a lot, Mr. Gilman.
No doubt. Thank you.
Okay, so this is it. Right?
This country is an interesting place. Let's pick few calls on this topic. A few calls. We got like 8 minutes to be around here. So 0776 104 104 86 500 104 or plus 231 86 500 104 ID numbers. You can call us on right now. Abu, is it possible you do a draw from here?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to work.
So 0776 104 104 086 500 104. While Abu is making efforts to do a couple of draws to send you money, we may not be able to call all those people.
Yeah, but once we do the draw,
yes,
then
please, because
the answer coming with us.
yes. So 0776 104 104 0886 500 104. Hello. Hello.
Good morning.
Morning.
How you guys doing?
I'm okay. Go ahead. You live.
The right of Gibraltar, Tommy Hackman is money, and I call you on my comfort in Broadville.
Go ahead.
They got it. They won't capital anything. I mean, it's like, I don't know. I can't just get it whether that some people live in our country or not. Because you have a security, a sign over there.
Mm-hmm.
When the whole thing happens. So what is security can form part of the investigation? They should be the first point of investigation.
Mm.
Because I can be a sign here as a security man, and burglary went on, then you jump over me,
and
then you go investigate different people. That's
you
not
need
just
to get a man, then you go for one paper who can carry a train to school. Then you bring a man say in kind he enter here, he go by outside, FBI cracking. So the whole thing not looking
Let's talk to Gus Help from this side. Gus, morning.
Thank you, buddy.
Good morning, here, guys. Good morning, here.
Good morning. When is the graduation? You're not telling me you need to eat that graduation food.
I'm not talking about graduation right now. It's not different way.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Rescue
so
graduation.
thank you for the recognition this morning. You know, when that issue about the ask on the capital first, you update or emerge, I had 1 or 2 items on my mind, or concerns on my mind. Most especially when the investigation started, it did mention about the phone or gas containers outside, the phone battery packs in the belly, all those kinds of things. And I began to ask myself, because I'm a fan of how you call it Washington films. And I've never seen any arsenalist will use a container, let's say empty a container of how you call it flammable substances and throw it away. They will leave it on that scene. Why? Because the residue of the container has combustible stuff inside that will help to handle the fire. Secondly, they will never carry matches except it's a key. And then serious accident will walk with how you call it, a lighter, fire lighter. You know, and considering the manner in which this case has been treated, trashing the international investigators or how you call it, report, inside stepping the involvement of the people who were on the ground when the incident took place, it raises serious questions.
Okay.
All right, let's.
Let us just do well to have this issue there to rest. Anyway,
all right.
People,
all right, David King, morning.
Yeah, my brother, morning.
Go ahead.
You see, here, God, let me say this. The fire incident, the people know who are responsible for that fire. But because they want to bring certain people down, and those people are Kodati Kofa, Jesse Sibo, Abu Bana Kamara, and Jacob Devi. Even though they did list some of the people from the listing that they have previously, there's Apoko, Mazipo, and the other people who they were taking that. In their mind, these were the people. In fact, I never even thought that Apoko would have been listed for that listing because you are one of the main subjects. They were running with all the members remark. He said you were pointing down the Shima. He said you were pointing down the Shima. So for them to have come to tell us
so why do you think the government is refusing to use the fire experts report and use it as evidence in the case.
Because the thing is that there's a conspiracy for the government. They cannot go by that report. They cannot go by that report. They got an NSA report. They got a police report. It is what they're going to use. They will not use any international reports. In fact, even international people, they believe that people did not go that way. So because they did not go that way, they will not come up with anything, that they were reporting in that report.
Okay.
So for them to have gone for J School, I would say, I thought that the fire would not be severe. For them to have also gone for Samuel Koga, who took it seat. They did not take the presiding seat for the place before the fire got to the place, but they went and left Samuel Koga, who was seen on the ground of the Capitol, stand up in the night, and he took the 2 chairs.
All right, thank you very much.
And for innocent people,
thank you, David.
Conspiracy will not believe in the report. Anything that comes on that case, the Labrador will not agree to it. Thank you.
Thank you, David.
I don't know if it is in our place to agree or disagree, but basically it's only going to establish. But let's take more calls.
Let's take Show Mancisi from here. Morning.
How do you Nigeria?
Morning.
Yeah, they provide the case to our justice system now. It's in the toilet. In the toilet, there's no more justice in the country that will listen to and say, oh, they see you. You see the truth over there and that capital, but what happened? You bypassing it and putting up people that are even anything but fire. They're going to bring them to court before they're going to bring them down. They'll say, oh, I was going to place there and get to sorry, and that's the record. Oh, they know. And now the country is going to be. No, the people spend for the justice system, and today they are saying it's great. It's amazing.
Okay.
It's great. It's only bad for our society.
All right, my sister.
Don't look at don't get bad for me.
All right, man.
All right, thank you very much. Let me call.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, man. Sisi.
Let me try to call this winner here. Okay, okay. They speak the phone line. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. This is Freedom FM. You're live on the radio.
Yeah.
Well, what is your name, sir?
Huh?
What is your name?
Mohammed Kawar.
Mohammed Kamara, you live on the radio, so you gotta be aware that you're on the radio. So did you play the cash giveaway this morning?
Yeah.
How many times?
I received 5,000.
No, I said how many times you played, my friend?
I played 2 times.
2 times. How much dollars you play?
50 ILD.
The 2 times are 50 ILD you play with?
This morning on the win last week I played with 50 ILD. Then USD account was 25 cents.
Okay, so that's $100 in LD. Congratulations, you already received the money, right?
Yeah, thank you.
All right, congratulations. So, Mohammed Kamara.
Let's pick this person.
Let's take 2 more.
Morning. Go ahead.
You ask a very, very fine question. Why do people refusing to accept the expenditure? Because they got one of those people who were earlier seen at that cabinet during the fire incident, where those security, and then those security, the police, and all of that, they know that. So when you never find out down there, it's still going to report out this door. So I want to go through the police, watch, and temporary when it comes to. Okay? It was walking line with the Labrador National Fire Service. And our Labrador National Fire Service has been wanting to do a plan to fire investigation first. It's really very before police can take charge of the criminal aspect of it. One and temporary already.
All right.
So now there's no way out for us. So we're working on we are seeing.
Thank you. Let's talk to hello.
Hello, Panda.
Morning. You're live on the radio.
This is Maya. How are you doing?
We're okay, man. Go ahead.
Abu, why you I'm not your number.
Oh, okay.
I said, Bonham was give it to me. He was give it to me. Hello. Let's go to all the audio. Thank you for everything. And tell Mr. Green hello to you.
Okay.
Look, let me tell you. Just listen to Mr. Green. But more Ali there. Some people know who point that thing. They know who point that place. They know.
But if they know, if they know, then why are they holding innocent people, quote unquote, and then sodomizing and torturing?
Because they are envious. They envious. They want to see the people downfall. Abu yourself, look at the whole thing. They want to see the people downfall for that thing downfall. You know what? They fought for that thing to move from now on. They put that other man there. All that thing is that. You know it. Then before they go here, say for that thing they hear for the party headquarters. All those things, why they move that woman and they never carry her to jail? Why they move for the woman who they say what they? Why, how the chairs managed to move for them? Where are the securities that were on duty? Where are they?
Okay.
Common sense, look inside it.
Okay, ma. Thank you.
They don't want to see people in jail. They want to see all kinds of people. What is there?
Okay.
What is a proper?
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. About time.
So this is it. The Central Bank of Liberia has just released that the rate is 184, and so I don't know whether you the citizen going to implement it for yourself. So when you go, demand 184, but somebody say a dollar scratch card is being sold for 120. 220, sorry. $220. So by right it should be what, 160, right? It should be 160.
Yeah, around 160.
160. Because at 184, maybe 160.
What's the current rate from the central bank?
184.
Oh, okay, 184.
Yeah. So what is that?
So it's supposed to be the same.
Yeah,
at least 180.
Yeah,
185.
Let's say 180 for $1, right? So, and then when you go buy, like yesterday, I gave somebody $1, the actual $1.
Three of it.
Yeah. No, but I'm picking. So I said, my man, give me what happened. I said, give me $1. And they won't rescue that. You mean you're not me. So the man give me $3. But and then I go, but I start feeling like I hope the man feeling like probably have, But again, that's why you have to have a system. You have to have a government that follows system and ensure that we will not be having this friction. So you go on social media on your page, you release the rate. Then we'll go in the market, we see different things. What kind of rescue is this? My man, we gotta go, man.
We'll be here tomorrow. Until then, let's keep the peace of Liberia. This country will not burn.
Indeed. We have been here serving breakfast. And hopefully we're gonna be here tomorrow to talk more and more. So keep following up. Like I told you, the president is gonna be in Rhode Island for a week or two, basically seeking some medical attention before the actual UN General Assembly on the 23rd. You make it make sense to me or anybody. Why is the event on the 23rd but the president left on the 8th? But he's an old man. You can understand. Of course, they need some freedom fighter. And this is an old man with a pre-existing health complication. So I don't know how people see it as rudeness. If you say, oh, the man sick, the man go for medicine, the man go for treatment. It should be something that's normal that you used to now, right? There shouldn't be anything that you made or just the idea you think you're supposed to be hitting. No, the men are public figure, men are whole president. Our president will get sick, you go to the hospital and say, baby boy, they say nobody want to talk about it. But my name is Abu, man, and of course, here guys here as always. Until tomorrow, do have yourself a wonderful time. Bye bye.